Hello and welcome to my table. Today we're going to make smothered chicken thighs with gravy and with basmati rice. We probably will add some vegetables in there as well. Very simple, very easy. Here I have my chicken thighs that are pretty much at room temperature, almost at room temperature. Remember the last video I told you, whenever you cook meat, it's best if you just have those things at room temperature when you cook it. Today we're going to be using kosher salt, black pepper, of course, main ingredients, main seasonings rather. We have onion powder, garlic powder. We also have some paprika. Now, honestly, like I always tell you, you can season your food the way you want to season it. However you feel, that is what you do. Today, this is a pretty basic recipe, and you will see how basic it is. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my chicken thighs and I'm going to season them on both sides. You want to season them pretty generously, and then I'm going to lay them on this pan, and then we're going to sear those in my frying pan. After we sear them in the frying pan, I'm going to place them in a roasting pan on top of the stove just to finish them off. Cut the heat down low and let them just simmer there, okay? And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be delicious. Okay, so like I told you, we're going to go ahead and we're going to season this chicken on both sides, all right? So, very simply, I'm taking it and I'm going to season it on one side and then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to season the opposite side. Now, for those of you who want to know, here I have 9 chicken thighs. That's probably a little more than I need. But, you know, this recipe, honestly, you can use however much or however less you want. Whatever works for you. Now make sure when you are cooking meat in general, but especially chicken, poultry, turkey, whatever it is, you want to be very, very careful when you're making any type of poultry, because you know there are tons of bacteria and harmful things on the flesh and in blood, in the water of any type of poultry. So again, make sure if you touch the chicken, make sure you wash your hands thoroughly after you touch it before you touch something else. We don't want any cross-contamination. I'm sure a few of you probably have had food poisoning before. It's not pretty at all. Okay. So now we have our chicken, we have our kosher salt. Let's go ahead and season that chicken, okay? Now, we're gonna make a gravy with the drippings of this chicken. So you wanna make sure that you have plenty of seasoning on this chicken, all right? Season, the chicken needs to look pretty. Make it look pretty even before it goes in the pot. So make sure we get this chicken seasoned really nice, man. Make it look sexy. Sexy food, that's what we want. We want sexy food. We don't want ugly food. You know what I'm saying? If you're ugly, you sure don't want ugly food, because you have to pick a struggle, okay? But this is how it should look. You see that? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to have my oil heated in a pan, and I'm going to place my chicken this side down first. And while it's in the pan, I'm going to season the other side of the chicken. All right, so next we're going to make sure that our pan is hot enough. Right now I have maybe 2 tablespoons of oil. It's probably a little more than 2, I didn't even measure. But you want to get a nice coating of oil on the bottom of the pan. And then make sure your oil is really hot. And then you want to hear a sear, okay? You hear that? That's what you want to hear. If you don't hear that, your pan is not hot enough. Woo! You might get popped too, just be careful. All right, like I told you, we want to make sure that we season the opposite side of the chicken. put a little seasoning on there, make it sexy. Nobody likes new chicken. If you like new chicken, you're nasty. New chicken is ugly. I mean, you eat with your eyes first, right? Eat with your eyes first. If it's ugly, then eh. Now, what we want to make sure we do is make sure we have that chicken seared really, really good on that side that went down first. I would say at least, let's do 3 to 4 minutes on one side. Okay, then we're gonna flip that chicken and then we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. We're gonna set the chicken aside on another pan, clean pan, set it aside, and then we're gonna put it in a roaster, okay? Maybe 45 minutes, not even 45 minutes in the roaster, and it's gonna be fall off the bone amazing. Now it's been 3 or 4 minutes. Flip that chicken over. Look at that. Do you see how pretty that chicken looks already? It looks amazing. Okay, so with the rice, you know that with rice, it is 1 part rice and 2 parts water, okay? So I have right here about approximately 3 cups of Basmati rice right here. And right here I also have 6 cups of water. Now, I always tell people, season the water if you want seasoned rice. Some people don't like it. I love it. So, right now I have about 1.5 cups of chopped onions. Put that in there. I'm also going to grab some minced garlic. Let's do about a teaspoon. Ooh. About a teaspoon of minced garlic. And I'm also going to grab some Italian seasoning. Sounds weird, but I promise you, it's delicious. Throw it in there. Now, also, do not forget, you need to salt the water. So I have my kosher salt. There we go. Now you want to make sure you bring that up to where the water is starting to get hot. Once the water is starting to warm, then I'm going to put my rice in the water. Now, our chicken is good on both sides. As you can see, it looks amazing. Let's get that chicken out this pan. Season side down. Bam. I wonder if I can fit the rest of these 5 pieces in here. Let's see. It's not gonna happen. Like I said, make sure you season this side. Now, I literally just poured my rice in the water because the water is heated up good enough. So, I'm gonna bring this rice to a light boil, and then I'm gonna turn the heat all the way down, and then I'm gonna cover it. And the rice is going to be perfect. We have our chicken all seared, both sides, okay? Take a look at that. Looks great, right? So what we want to do with this chicken is, I have a roasting pan on the stove, heating up a little bit. We're going to use the drippings from the chicken, and we're going to put it in the roasting pan with a little bit of that oil, that seasoned oil that we use the chicken with, and we're going to make a gravy out of that. It is going to be delicious. All those bits and pieces, do not throw away those bits and pieces of seasoning that are on the pan. Leave them because we need those. All right, so as you can see, you guys see all those bits and pieces of burned stuff? That right there is gold. If you throw this away, I'm gonna fight you. I will fight you and I will hurt you. I'm known for body slamming people. Don't you throw this away. You got me? All right, we're gonna keep this. This is gold. So we're gonna take this I did drain out some of the oil. It was way too much oil. We want all of that. Be very careful with my pan. This pan cost me some money. It was not cheap. There we go. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna let that heat in that pan just for a few minutes, literally just for a few minutes, and then we're gonna make our rub. Right now, we're gonna put a little garlic, about a teaspoon of garlic in there. You hear that nice sizzle? I would say, as you can see, I'm literally just sprinkling the flour in the oil. And then I'm stirring. And you want to repeat this process over and over again until you get the right consistency. Now we have our gravy at this point ready for our broth. You can use broth, you can use water, you can use chicken stock, you use whatever you got, okay? Today, I'm using chicken broth. Now, I like to add mine slowly, depending upon what I'm cooking for whatever thickness that I want, okay? So, I'm literally going to add it bit by bit. Okay? You see how that flour seizes up like that? That's good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Go again. And what you want to do is you want to continue to add the liquid until it starts to actually look like gravy. Right now, way too thick. See that? Keep going. Make sure you have your stove on simmer, on low. It must be on low. All right, so we have our chicken right here. Grabbing it. I'm just putting it in the pot. That's all I'm doing. All this water that is left, all of that's going in this pot. You don't waste any of this stuff. If you waste it, like again, I'll find you and I'll fight you. We don't waste this stuff, okay? We don't waste any of that. We need it. Put that in there. I'm not playing games. Now, okay, as you can see, we got our chicken in there, right? Man, let this stuff simmer on low, all right? You don't really have to fool with it. Every once in a while, just check it. Make sure it's all nestled in there all good and nicely. And just let it go. See, the Basmati looks amazingly. That was trash, but it's okay. So, if you've had Basmati rice, you know that this is the texture of Basmati rice. Beautiful, beautiful texture. Delicious. And y'all, I'm trying to tell you, it smells, the smell is insane. It smells great. The aromatics, amazing.
As you can see, our chicken has sat in the gravy and it has cooked and simmered beautifully. It looks amazing and it smells even more amazing. Do me a favor and head on over to my YouTube channel, A Seat at the Table Catering, and subscribe, like, and share my videos. Very simple, easy recipes. I break them down very simply. Remember, A Seat at the Table Catering at youtube.com. Thank you so much.